Yeah, and there's so many options around that, isn't there? Because if your workflows are tightened up and
Mhm.
you're efficient in them, then you've got more chance of taking advantage of things like early payment options on a contract, which can genuinely save you
Yeah.
money, right?
Mhm. Yes, yes.
So,
And actually, like for all these the workflows which we are talking about. So Vim, the open text has provided specific transactions in within SAP, where they have the specific Vim inbox, what we called as Vim workplace, where this accounts payable, the vendor expert, the vendor maintenance team, the tax expert, so these all these groups and the approvers, they all work in this transactions. And also for uh, the S4 HANA, or the customers who don't want to use the transactions, right? So they can, all these transactions are also available as part of Fiori uh, apps. So OpenText has also provided the options that, okay, if you don't want to use the GUI and you only comfortable with the Fiori interface, the SAP Fiori interface, which SAP also push the customers, right, in the S4 HANA, that to use the Fiori interface. Okay, and if that is the case, that also is available in Vim. So they can do the validation of the invoices, the processing of invoices, the monitoring of different reports, all can be possible through Fiori interface as well.
yeah, that's really interesting because we do clients aren't in one space, right? Everyone's on a
Yeah.
different sort of part of the journey when it comes
Yes.
to it, and there's accelerants to this journey, such as continuous transaction controls and electronic invoicing mandated in certain regions already and being mandated in new regions as we speak. Um, and that affects, some of the people you've mentioned there. You mentioned tax.
Mhm.
Uh, that certainly affects them. Um, and working in S4 HANA is pretty key as well, right? That's something you're seeing day to day.
Yeah. Yeah. So if we talk about S4 HANA, right? So in S4 HANA, now we are talking about cloud, but the main interface from the Vim side, if we talk about, so it's as I told, is required to process the invoices in Vim, that can be done through Fiori interface as well, and that makes the life of the customer and the accounts payable team and the business more easy, because they don't have to navigate between GUI for Vim, and they don't have to go to Fiori for other S4 HANA processes. So they can use a single launchpad of Fiori, and they can just navigate between different tiles or the different apps to do these processes. So yeah. And also the most interesting thing is like, uh, OpenText is also working on different advanced Fury apps, which they came up in their latest version, which is 23.4. So in that, they have released these Fury apps in a more user friendly, and with more functionalities, with more analytics and different graphs, and which is like very useful for business, and it's a very good advancement in terms of the Fury interface from the OpenText Vim perspective.
Yeah, and something else you mentioned earlier that I kind of want to pick up again was you mentioned OCR and
Mhm. Yeah.
so optical character recognition,
Yeah.
um, and one of the things you've just said there is really interesting to me, which is about people not having to jump between tiles. Like efficiency is a big thing in this space,
Yes.
um, and for years, everyone I've met in an accounts payable, receivable, any sort of any role that is touched by that process,
Yeah.
sort of rolls their eyes about things being inefficient all the time.
Yeah.
Um, optical character recognition is out of the box with Vim, right? So how can people use that to their advantage and remove some of that
Yeah.
inefficiency?
Yeah. Yeah. So as I told, like a couple of years back, or maybe if I can recall, around 2019 or 2020, when OpenText came up with a new OCR module, that is the latest module which is now in the market, that is the IES. Okay, and it is marketed in different names. So in OpenText, if we talk about OpenText, so they market it as IES, that is the Information Extraction Service.
Yeah.
And if we talk about SAP, it's a SAP Information Extraction Service. So it's a like same product, but how it is marketed and how the customers are buying the product from either OpenText or SAP. And this IES, when they came up, so the feature which they talked about is the machine learning. Okay, and if we what we are talking about now in 2024 and 2023, if we see that everyone is talking about AI and ML, the artificial intelligence and machine learning. But this OCR, they have already introduced these two things back in 2020. Okay,
Yeah.
and then and we are and now in this 3 years or 4 years, it is quite advanced now. If we talk about IES now, it's quite advanced. So initially when it came, okay, customers gave their feedback, they were not happy with some of the features. Okay, so some of the things are not getting trained or not getting recognized, and they gave the feedback. And OpenText is always open for all the feedbacks, because how this is how they improve the products, right? So and something which they came up in the market very new, like this AI and ML technology, they have incorporated into IES. So the feedback from customer is very important, and till now in the latest release also, they are working on the feedbacks, the feature request. Okay, and they have incorporated a lot of things, and now it is quite advanced, I can say. Like what I have seen in my last implementations with a couple of customers, and there we have implemented the IES cloud, which we called a score capture for SAP solution. So this cloud solution is quite effective, and it's like very easy for the customer, because they don't have to take a headache to maintain this, to upgrade or to maintain. They don't have to think about the hardware sizing, how much hardware they need. They don't have to think about all this. Everything is taken care by OpenText cloud tenant, or the data centers they maintain, right? They have data center in Europe and US, and they take care of everything, and they make sure that it is downside compatible with the versions. And if it is not, then they release and they inform the customers. They do some releases that, okay, now the next version, if you want to make it work, you have to upgrade your backend Vim version as well. um,
Right.
so, and there is also a component called IES on premise, which we called as IC4S, the intelligent capture for SAP solution. That is also there. And if customer is implementing IC4S, then yes, again, it's a on premise, and they have to take care of all the maintenance, hardwares, and yeah, the upgrade the customer has to take care. So it depends on customer how they want to, which product is comfortable for them. If they don't want to engage the networking, the basic work, and they have to constantly monitor, right, that okay, I'm getting a huge volume of is it getting stuck, whether hardware is capable. So they, if they want to do all these calculations, and if they are comfortable, and if they have a team for this, yes, they go for IC4S, because there they have the flexibility to increase or decrease the hardware as per their requirement, right? But if they're going with if some customer, if they think that, okay, I don't want to take all these responsibilities, and it is better that OpenText take care of this, and if there is any issue, I can directly report to open text, and they can analyze the issue through a ticket, right? So then they go for the core capture for SAP solution, and that is more convenient as per my experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's the application of that? Because when people say, we're using AI,
Hmm.
as you say, it's been around for years, right? Like,
Yes.
do you think clients are aware that they've got that capability out of the box?
Yes, they are aware when we during the workshops when we talk about this solution, right? So we tell them that okay, there is a machine learning algorithm that is running behind this IES solution, and business, they cannot see that solution. Even we, the consultants who are not part of the product team, we cannot directly see the algorithms, right? The machine learning, the python, the algorithms was what they have written. But yes, when we use the product and when the customers are using the product, so they are noticing this change and this feature, and they are quite happy about it, because before IES, there was the solution for OCR was ICC and BCC, right? And this ICC and BCC, there was like everything was scripted. Like if you want to automate anything, you have to write scripts. But here they don't have to do much. It's all configuration, and the most important thing, this is integrated inside SAP. So with the same team who is implementing the Vim, they can also take care of any issues or enhancements for the IES, because it is all the same computer language they have to use, that is ABAP, because it is all inside SAP. ICC and BCC was not inside SAP fully. It was like somebody has to get a specific knowledge about the scripting to do the troubleshooting for ICC and BCC, or if they want to enhance something. But in IES, the advantage is that. And also yes, the machine learning, if we talk about it, so when the customers are processing the invoices, right? Uh, they when we say them that okay, machine is continuously learning what you are validating, okay, and that is the part of AI, the machine learning. Okay, so where there is an interface which is provided by OpenText, we call it a validation client. Okay, it is there on premise, which we called it as a Windows validation client, and OpenText has also provided the Fury version of it, that is the capture validation. Okay, so and it is very much evident from the feedback which we get from the customers, that yes, they are getting the advantage of it, because once they validate the invoice for a couple of times or three times or four times maximum, then from the next time they can see that it is automatically getting picked. And that is the feature which OpenText has given into the IES in terms of the machine learning, because machine, when we are training the invoices, so machine is learning the coordinates, right? When we talk about coordinates, the X and Y coordinate on the invoice, so it records that coordinate, and it creates a automatic algorithm out of it, and it memorize and store those coordinates. So if the machine is first time when we are processing an invoice, then if it is reading for example invoice reference number, it recognizes it wrong. Okay, then in the validation client we can train that okay, just we have to do a single click, and we can and that single click is recorded by the system automatically in the background, and the machine is learning that okay, for this particular field, you are for this particular layout of invoice, I have to take the invoice reference number from this position, and it is learning. And we can for each layout of invoice, we have to train for like 3 to 4 times, and then system record all different kind of layouts, because for each layout it creates a unique layout ID. So in terms of the layout ID, it stores all the coordinates, and then it very much what you say, like speed up the process of learning, and they don't have
Yeah.
to keep on training the invoices, and it reduce a lot of load, because accounts payable team, if they keep on like training the invoices and then processing it, so then there is a huge time loss, right? Because there is a lot of time that is going for training the invoices before you can process it, and you can do the actual work of the payment, right? Payment related work. So that kind of time, like that kind of what you say, like the time loss in the training process of the invoices, that is very much reduced in this IES, and they
Yeah,
can concentrate on the actual processing of the invoice. Yeah.
yeah, it's valuable, isn't it? Time is hard to put a monetary figure on, but it means a lot.
Yeah.
It does mean a
Yeah.
lot to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you so much, Somnath, for your time today. I think there's a ton of interesting stuff in there that we could probably go into for another hour. Um, but I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. So nice talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah, see you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to see more from us, check out other content on our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on social media, or you can visit us at www.turnpikes.pro. Feel free to subscribe to get upcoming notifications of our new content, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.